An oxymoron is a figure of speech that juxtaposes elements that appear to be contradictory. Oxymora appear in a variety of contexts, including inadvertent errors and literary oxymorons crafted to reveal a paradox. Types. The most common form of oxymoron involves an adjective-noun combination of two words. For example, the following line from Tennyson's Idylls of the King contains two oxymora. And faith unfaithful kept him falsely true. Other examples of oxymora of this kind include, dark light, living dead, guest host, little while, crazy wisdom, mournful optimist, violent relaxation, less often seen are noun-verb combinations of two words, such as the line "The silence whistles" from Nathan Alterman's Summer Night, or in a song title like Simon and Garfunkel's The Sound of Silence. Oxymora are not always a pair of words. They can also be devised in the meaning of sentences or phrases. Etymology. Oxymoron is derived from the 5th century Latin oxymoron, which is derived from the ancient Greek, a 1/2 euro I3/4 oxys sharp, keen, and I1/4 I permil I maros dull, stupid, making the word itself an oxymoron. However, the combined Greek form a 1/2 euro I3/4 I1/4 I permil I does not in fact appear in the extant Greek sources. Taxonomy. Richard Lederer assembled a taxonomy of oxymora in an article in Wordways in 1990, running from single-word oxymora such as pianoforte through doublespeak oxymora, and opinion oxymora. In general, oxymora can be divided into expressions that were deliberately crafted to be contradictory and those phrases that inadvertently or incidentally contain a contradiction, often as a result of a punning use of one or both words. Apparent oxymora. Many oxymora have been popularized in vernacular speech. Examples include controlled chaos, open secret, organized mess, alone in a crowd, and accidentally on purpose. There are also examples in which terms that are superficially contradictory are juxtaposed in such a way that there is no contradiction. Examples include same difference, jumbo shrimp, and hot ice. Oxymora as paradoxes. Writers often use an oxymoron to call attention to an apparent contradiction. For example, Wilfred Owen's poem The Send-Off refers to soldiers leaving for the front line, who lined the train with faces grimly gay. The oxymoron grimly gay highlights the contradiction between how the soldiers feel and how they act. Though they put on a brave face and act cheerfully, they feel grim. One case where many oxymora are strung together can be found in Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet, where Romeo declares, "Oh heavy lightness! Serious vanity! Mishap and chaos of well-seeming forms! Feather of lead, bright smoke, cold fire, sick health." Some paradoxical oxymora become cliché copyright s, deafening silence, dry drunk, forward retreat, irregular pattern, quiet riot, serious joke, sweet sorrow, terms falsely called oxymora for rhetorical effect. Although a true oxymoron is something that is surprisingly true, a paradox, Gary Wills has argued that modern usage has brought a common misunderstanding that oxymoron is nearly synonymous with contradiction. The introduction of this misuse, the opposite of its true meaning, has been credited to William F. Buckley. Sometimes a pair of terms is claimed to be an oxymoron by those who hold the opinion that the two are mutually exclusive. That is, although there is no inherent contradiction between the terms, the speaker expresses the opinion that the two terms imply properties or characteristics that cannot occur together. Such claims may be made purely for humorous effect. Comedian George Carlin popularized many examples, such as military intelligence, freedom fighters, and business ethics. Another example is the term civil war, which is not an oxymoron, but can be claimed to be so for humorous effect, if civil is construed as meaning polite rather than between citizens of the same state. Alternatively, such claims may reflect a genuinely held opinion or ideological position. Well-known examples include claims made against government worker, honest broker, educational television, Microsoft Works, and working from home. Visual and physical oxymora. In his book More on Oxymoron, the artist Patrick Hughes discusses and gives examples of visual oxymorons. He writes, "In the visual version of oxymoron, the material of which a thing is made takes the place of the adjective, and the thing itself takes the place of the noun. Examples include waves in the sand, a fossil tree, and topiary representing something solid like an ocean liner. Hughes lists further examples of oxymoronic objects, including artificial grass, bricked-up windows, ceramic eggs to persuade hens to lay, electric candles, floating soap, invisible ink, joke rubber coat hooks, plastic glass, plastic lemons, rubber bones for dogs, solid water, solid wooden bottle molds, wax fruit. Other languages, oxymora, in the sense of single-word oxymora such as pianoforte, are very common in Chinese and neighboring languages such as Japanese, and consist of two opposing Chinese characters. Archetypal examples include CA4, E unregistered trademark degree E unregistered trademark 1/2, A, and are used to indicate couples, ranges, or the trait that these are extremes of. See also. Auto-antonym, colorless green ideas sleep furiously, contradictio in terminis, irony, paradox, performative contradiction, pleonasm and tautology, retronym. Sarcasm, self-refuting idea, tautology, wooden iron, references. Further reading, Shen, Yeshayahu. On the Structure and Understanding of Poetic Oxymoron. Poetics Today 8, 105 122 doi, 10.2307/1773004. JSTORA 1773004A.